Good day everyone, here's our math challenge for today. If x raised to y equals 1 over y squared and y raised to x equals 1 over square root of x, then what is the value of x and y? You can pause this video if you want to give this problem a try. Now, let's answer this question together. Now, given these two equations, we need to solve for the real values of x and y. Now, how do we start our solution? So, one way to answer this question is to express this equation in one variable. And of course, we need to use both equations. So, let's focus first on the first equation. X raised to y equals 1 over y squared. Now take note that if we have b raised to negative n, it is equivalent to 1 over b raised to n. So this 1 over y squared can be written as y raised to negative 2. So we have now x raised to y equals y raised to negative 2. Now let's isolate this variable x. So what we're going to do is to raise both sides by 1 over y. Now at this point, let's recall again some laws of exponent. If we have b raised to n raised to the power of m, it is equivalent to b raised to n times m. So we need to multiply the exponent. Thus, in the left-hand side, x raised to y raised to 1 over y. This is just y times 1 over y, or just 1. So this is just x. Now, on the right-hand side, this is just negative 2 raised to 1 over y, or simply y raised to negative 2 over y. Now, let's have the second equation. We now have the value for x in terms of y. On the second equation, the square root of x can be written as x raised to 1/2. And again, 1 over x raised to 1/2 can be written as x raised to negative 1/2. Now, we know that this x is y raised to negative 2 over y. So, we can replace all this x with y raised to negative 2 over y. So, we have y raised to x, or simply y raised to negative 2 over y, equals x raised to negative 1/2, or simply y raised to negative 2 over y raised to negative 1/2. Now, let's simplify first the right-hand side. Y raised to negative 2 over y raised to negative 1/2 is the same thing as y raised to 1 over y. The reason is if we multiply negative 2 over y times negative 1/2, negative times negative is positive, then 2 on the numerator and 2 on the denominator cancel out. So this is just 1 over y. Now at this point, we reach the point that we have two expressions that is equal and we have the same base. So we will have two cases here. Case number 1 is the base equals to 1. Since we have the same base, and we know that 1 raised to any number is just 1. Therefore, if this y, or the base, equals to 1, then both sides must be equal to 1, or both sides are equal. Therefore, we can say that y must be equal to 1, or the base is just 1. Now, also notice that y cannot be equal to 0. The reason is we have y on the denominator. Therefore, y cannot be equal to 0. If y equals to 0, then 1 over y is undefined. So we don't want to have that one. Now, let's have the second case. The second case, if the base is the same, therefore their exponent must be equal. So we can say that y raised to negative 2 over y equals 1 over y. Those are the exponent of the variable y. Now, let's simplify first the right-hand side. 1 over y is just y raised to negative 1. And again, we reach the point that we have two expressions that is the same base. So, for case 1 of this equation, case 1 must be the base equals to 1. And we already have that case that y must be equal to 1, or the base must be equal to 1. So let's proceed to the second case, which is the exponent must be equal. So in this case, we can now say that negative 2 over y must be equal to negative 1. And now, if we solve for the value of y, we can say that y must be equal to 2. Therefore, we now have the value of y as 1 or positive 2. Now, we are now ready to solve for the value of x. In this case, let's use the first equation. Now, if y equals to 1, the value of x must be 1 raised to negative 2 over 1. We just replace all y with 1. Now, negative 2 over 1 is just negative 2, so 1 raised to negative 2 is still 1. Therefore, if y equals to 1, then x is also 1. Now, how about if y must be equal to 2? Now, let's replace all y with 2. This will give us the value of x as 2 raised to negative 2 over 2. Negative 2 over 2 is just negative 1. Now, 2 raised to negative 1 is just 1/2. Therefore, if y equals 2, then x must be equal to 1/2. Therefore, we have two possible solutions for x and y. If x equals 1, y equals 1, and if x equals 1/2, then y equals 2. And as always, we are done.